Alright. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and Destiny 2 hotfix 3003 has just been released, and oh my goodness, the Shadebinder Warlock Super has been adjusted drastically. It seems like they might have actually balanced it really well. We'll read it through here. Combat weapons fixed an issue where the Coriolis fusion rifle was getting more ammo than intended from ammo breaks. I didn't really know about that. That doesn't really sound like that big of an issue. But the next one is fixed an issue where the Witherhoard damage debuff wasn't being removed properly. Witherhoard has now been re-enabled. So your Witherhoard is back in the game, as I mentioned before. Congrats. Go get to using that. And hopefully there's no more bugs with it. Hopefully the Witherhoard is not the Telesto 2.0 and continues to bring bugs into the game. Abilities, Stasis, fixed exploits with the Warlock Shadebinder Super. Alright, here we go. This is where things get interesting. Stasis breakout damage reduced from 110 to 90 HP. So to break out, it actually does damage to you. It does 110 damage to you. It's now been reduced to 90. So when you get frozen, you break out, it does 90 HP of damage instead of 110. A nice adjustment. I know it's very frustrating getting frozen in general, but breaking out of it and being one-shot is like kind of bullshit. So at least there's a small adjustment to that. Nothing too crazy yet. I'm sure that might get adjusted more in the future. Adjusted the curve that reduces breakout damage using resilience. Increase the damage reduction effect resilience has so that higher tiers of resilience are more valuable. Caps out at 90 resilience. So higher resilience will help you with this, so keep that in mind. Penumbral Blast, Stasis, Warlock melee projectile speed reduced by 20%. So the Warlock throws like a wand and it shoots a little orb and it travels at a projectile speed pretty fast, and it's been reduced by 20%. So that'll be kind of slow as it flies across the map. It might even be close to like maybe like an Axion dart in speed. We'll see how that looks after the update. Penumbral Blast, Stasis, Warlock melee range was reduced, was 28 meters, now 16 meters. If you didn't know, if you actually shot that Warlock melee at 28 meters, the little bolt just disappeared. And it's actually been reduced now to 16 meters, which is crazy if you think about it. Shotgun range is 10 meters, so you actually have a very short range with the Stasis Warlock melee now. 16 meters is not very far. You're not going to be able to freeze people across the map, and even if you did try to freeze people across the map, the projectile speed has been reduced so much that I don't think it would work very well. So that's actually a really big change right there. The range being nerfed that much, that's almost half. That range is almost cut in half right there. Winter's Wrath, Stasis Warlock Super, duration was reduced. It was 30 seconds, now 24 seconds. It's crazy to think about that a super could last for 30 seconds, half a minute you're running around in your super. Like, who okayed that in the first place? At least it's been reduced a little bit. That super is still extremely nasty. Winter's Wrath, Light Attack, Stasis Warlock Super, cost reduced, was 5% per burst, now 4.5% per burst. Cold Snap Seeker, speed reduced by 23%. So the Cold Snap grenade is the grenade that you throw, and it travels across the ground, and it hits a target, and when it hits a target, it'll continue to travel across the ground to hit another target. So now its Seeker speed has been reduced by 23%. So make sure if you see one of these grenades traveling across the ground, make sure to jump in the air, because when you jump in the air, it actually can't track onto you. It's a ground-only attack. So with the slowdown of the speed, you'll be able to see it coming at you. You can jump in the air and react appropriately. This is a great balance to the Stasis stuff. The Stasis stuff was an absolute plague in the Crucible leading up until now, and I think that this will help balance things a lot better. Against Guardians, Cold Snap freeze duration lowered, was 4.5, now 1.35 seconds. Interesting. Ice Flare Bolts freeze duration lowered, was 4.5, now 1.35. Wow. Penumbral Blast, Stasis Warlock melee freeze duration lowered, was 4.5, 1. Wow, I want to see what this feels like. Winter's Wrath heavy attack, Stasis Warlock Super no longer affects players who are not encased. Really? Very interesting stuff there. Gameplay and investment. Rewards fixed an issue where pinnacle rewards were not dropping at the correct power. Awesome. So now you can now very comfortably get above 1250 power. A lot of people are getting stuck at the 1250 power range. Only Hawthorns and the 100k Nightfall, I think, were dropping above 1250. I made a video covering this, so make sure you subscribe, notifications on if you want to stay up to date on all the news. Fixed an issue where several repeatable bounties were providing more XP than intended, so they fixed the XP bounty, little exploit there. I made another video covering this as well. Again, make sure you subscribe, notifications on. All the bounties were giving 12,000 XP. They fixed that. The repeatable bounties are going to be now giving the appropriate amount of XP. Activities, fixed an issue on Exodus Crash where the spider tank wasn't spawning. So if you didn't know, halfway through the Exodus Crash, before you get to the boss room, there's a little spider tank encounter, and sometimes it doesn't spawn, ruining the encounter, which actually forced them to change the Nightfall last week to a different Nightfall. And then they also had to remove the strike from the strike playlist because of this bug. So Exodus Crash has now been re-enabled, which I'm not really happy about because no one really likes that strike anyways. The boss is a pain in the ass with all those immunity phases running off invisible, but at least it's been fixed and it's reissued back into the game. general, fix an issue where that was causing arugula errors, and fix an issue where fragment pursuits were purchasable with a full inventory. So there it is, Destiny hotfix 3.003. Get out there and get playing some Destiny 2, and hopefully the Warlock Winter's Wrath isn't as insane as it was before. I'm actually really excited to see how the game plays after this. These are some great changes, and good on Bungie to disable the stuff that's broken and get it fixed this fast. This is actually a much faster rate than what we're used to. Who is this new Bungie? What have you done? What have you done with the old Bungie? You guys are supposed to take like 2 or 3 weeks to fix shit like this, but now you're on top of it. I like it. I like that energy. That's some big dick energy, and I like it. Keep it up, Bungie. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Later.